Like, I'm not even kidding. The Germans would go up to the African women and be like, "We want to kill the parasite. Please step forward." The pregnant girls would be like, like, not even kidding. I'm not. You might laugh and you might think it's a joke, but it's not a joke. Like, they would go, "Oh!" It's like, not that parasite. The one in your stomach. We want to kill the one in your stomach. It's causing a problem for the rest of the world. We keep seeing your pigeons, and they have these little, because I mean, there are these like 5 or 6 little parasites all dangling out the pigeons. Like you could see it. Like we look over there and we look into the forest, and here goes a pigeon with like this parasite hanging out its ass, and like it was coming from one spot in the jungle, and like we knew they were there, but you know, we would drive in there with our tanks, and they're like, they're like stabbing the tanks, and it's like, what are they doing? They're trying to kill the tank. Maybe they want to eat it. That's very strange. I was like, they're attacking the tank? They know it's steel, right? You know, the African males, they would stab the tank with their knives. I'm not even kidding. There's video of it. It's like, stab it harder, dude. You're making progress, man. You're making progress. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's not a joke. We have it on film. The African male warriors stabbing the tank. And like, we just drove back out. And yeah, I mean, that's the African pride, African nation right there. They had parasites like crazy. Like, they were just all in the dirt. And they wouldn't go near civilization. They wouldn't go near the British or the Irish. They're like, ooh. Yeah, because like, well, I mean, they were psychotic. They would kill they were raping and killing all the time. So, like, they were fearful of us. Well, generally, like what they would do is they'd rush en masse towards the walls, and it's like, you know, just like, we'd just shoot them, because like, we know what they're doing. You know, they get in here and then they rape the women and they take the food, try and take the guns, but it's like, huh. I'm serious. There's actually video of one of the black African warriors picking up a gun for the first time and looking at it and going, and he shoots himself in the head. Not even a joke. There's film of it. We had film rolling on it. There's this attack or whatever, and one of the African males for the first time picks up a gun that he's never seen before, points it at himself, and then pulls the trigger and shoots himself in the head with the gun. It's not a joke. It's actually on film. I was like, what the? That's why we're supposed to have safeties on them. But I mean, they had killed this other guy with guns or whatever, or both. I don't know how they. I don't know. But he picks up the gun for the first time and he pulls the trigger with it pointing right at his own head, and shoots himself basically. After they killed this, I think they used knives. I think they went and they got this guy, and they pick up the gun for the first time. We're looking at it, and they pulled the trigger. Like, it was some sort of weird thing. I don't really know. Like I say, it was an African warrior, and we have film of it. The British do. And he picks up the gun for the first time and shoots himself in the head. Like, the gun had just killed five of his guys as they were rushing the walls. But I don't never seen a gun before. I don't know. But anyway, like there's this mass rush, and they killed 2 of the guys, and then, you know, they rushed in. Anyway, I don't really know how to explain it. It's on film. It's on film. This black guy shoots himself in the head. You know, I think it's black. I think he's black. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's black. Anyway, I don't know how he hadn't seen a gun before, but he picks up the gun and shoots himself in the head. Like, after his friends stabbed the other guys, stabbed the guy, and then they moved on. They didn't pick up the gun for some reason, and they move on in, and one of the other guys picks up the gun, like I said, points at his head and pulls the trigger. Right there on camera. So, like, film's rolling. And I was like, what the heck is this? Like, yeah, this is an attack that they did. Like, really? And they didn't know to pick up the gun and take it with them. It's like, yeah, they got shot in the city a little bit further. And that gun had already killed like 5 of them. So, yeah. Like, I don't really know. I just know basically some bits and pieces of the film. Like, they should have known what it was. But sometimes the parasites, I don't know. The extreme hunger, like if you let the parasites, because they'll just keep dividing asexually until there's like 50 of them all coming out of the ass. And they're like, like it's really weird. Like it's like extended parasite life forms exactly. Like, I don't really know what happens if the female has like, maybe they like wrap around each other, like, if the female, because like I say, you have like, because there'd be like 50 of them coming out of these people's butts, like all like this sometimes. Like, first there's 1, and then there's 2, and then there's 5, and then the girl, and then the girls, like, they go like this on the ground, and then the guys like comes down in and goes in there, and like they would do this every time, whenever you're exerting yourself. Like, and like, I guess maybe it would even feel sexual because like they kind of wrap around each other sometimes. Because, the ones are coming out the butthole, and then the other one's going in the butthole, and then they kind of wrap around each other and like bond together or something like that. So, I don't know. I mean, it's really weird. I mean, if you let them go, like, they'll, maybe it feels good. I don't know. But like, they starve you for food and hunger, and like, ugh. Like, you only live until you're about 30 if you have parasites. You can't live that long, because eventually they just get too many and all that. So, anyway, yeah, I mean, it's all on film and everything like that. It's all documented. So, I mean, I was just like, what the heck is this? And then eventually we get rid of the parasites completely. I'm sorry, parasites. I think we put them in a bobble, though. I think we froze some, because it doesn't really matter. You can freeze them as much as you want. They're really simple life forms, so they're not really dead. They're just in stasis. I didn't want to kill them. Like, they're a form of life that, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, we still have them somewhere, like, frozen, because they're too simple. Like, I don't think they die or something like that. Maybe they'll get freeze or burn eventually. I'm not sure. I mean, they're really easy to create, though. I mean, well, they're little works of art, but still, it's just really weird. I don't really know that much about it, other than it's just like, well, that's strange. But yeah. Yeah, parasitic life.